Hey guys, so this is my first installment of a new web series called Isn't That Weird? And it's about current events that I read about and hear about that make me think, isn't that weird? So the first topic I'd like to talk about is the drop in oil prices that we all saw several months ago. So, we all heard that there's about 20 countries that control all of the world's oil supply. US being one of them, a lot of them in the Middle East. I think Norway is a big one as well. A lot of us may not know about that. And what ended up happening is in the past, they've all agreed on a set price so that they can all maximize profits. They work together to maximize profits instead of working against each other, in which case they might be losing process just to gain a larger control of the market. So in recent years, oil companies in the United States discovered a new technique called fracking, right? And with fracking, they started producing a lot more oil. So then all of a sudden, there's a lot more oil in the United States than there was a lot more oil coming out of the United States than there was. And what you see is a drop in price across the world. So what ended up happening, instead of all the other producers lowering their prices, they didn't want to let the US be able to take a share of the market. So they kept their supply the same, they didn't lower supply, and hence the prices dropped. So a lot of people thought this drop in oil prices, everyone knows we all use oil for transportation. It's used in plastic products, it's used in fertilizers. It's a crucial component to our economy. It's one of the most essential commodities in today's society. So everyone thought if the prices are lower, consumers would have more money to spend in other places. And people thought this would be good. People thought there would be a boom in the economy. So, people were kind of waiting for this boom in the last few months, but we haven't really seen it. And here's one reason why that might be the case. A lot of the other countries that produce oil, they receive billions in dollars in revenue from the oil. And a lot of the people who produce the oil, they basically keep that money for themselves. It's not redistributed to the people or to, the local people, to the government, whatever. And it's basically put in funds for investment in other multinational corporations, things like that. So if they then have less money, if these oil producers have less money, they have less money to invest in the corporations that they were investing in before. A lot of these corporations are American corporations that employ a lot of people. So with all that in mind, basically when you have less investments in corporations, job security becomes threatened, shareholders start making less dividends. Basically there's less money coming into the country. So, even though consumers technically have more money, they may feel less secure in their situation, and they might be getting laid off. They might be less sure of their position in society. So, that was the first thing, and I read that and I was like, wow, isn't that pretty weird? So
I think you should only do one.
Okay, one.
Just say, isn't that weird?
Isn't that weird?
Oil prices went down.
Isn't that weird? So oil prices went down, but the overall sentiment in American society actually may have become less secure, a feeling of less security, a feeling of instead of this boom we expected, there might have actually been a dip in the economy. Thank you very much for listening. I'll see you guys next week.